Okay, I've heard a lot of people wondering if you can still cool your engines using seawater, and if so, if it's even worth it. So I figured I would do some testing to see how it compares to the 3x3 radiator. So let's get into it. Okay, we are here on my little test boat. I have two test engines hooked up to two medium generators, just to add some resistance to them whenever they're running. And we have two cooling systems set up here. We have the 3x3 radiator with a fan, and it's just going into one cooling manifold with a tank and a pump. So this is just a system going around cooling through here. And then we have the liquid-to-liquid heat exchanger. So this is going to be taking water from here. So I just have fluid pumps going to fluid ports down there, and it brings the fluid up, and then it will go through here, and then circulate around here like that, and it will average the temperature between these two liquids. So on the other side, we have fluid going from a tank to a pump to the cooling, and then it's just going in a system here. So it's just going around and around and around, and then it's getting averaged with the temperature of the ocean. So let's see how these do compared to each other. Okay, so here I just have the rad temp, so that's this one, the far engine, and then this one I have the on this one we have the ocean cooling temp, so that's this one. So we'll start it up, we'll turn our pumps on, and we'll just turn that throttle up. So this is running pretty high, this is 20 RPS. So the goal is to just get it to heat up quick. So we have two 9-cylinder 1x1 engines here with one cooling manifold on each. So these are obviously going to overheat eventually, so that's what we're hoping for. And if we wanted to cool these more, we could just put more of these, lose some cylinders, because we don't need 9 cylinders for a medium generator. And we could double the radiators up too if we want, or the heat exchangers. So we'll look at these temperatures and see how they are. So these are exactly the same right now. These aren't different. So right now, this and this is the same. So neither is more efficient, anything. It's just, they're both the same. So we're at just about 40. Let's see what it does whenever it gets to 50. So we're still the exact same. RPS is, 19, almost 20. So we're at 45, so yeah. It looks like the ocean cooling one is one ahead right now. Yeah. So it's climbed 1 degree ahead. So it gets up. So past 50 it gets a little bit hotter. So we're at 2 degrees, so it's climbing faster now. So past 50 degrees, this is not as efficient. However, you can double these up and do a lot more other things to make this better. And same here. So that's just the 3x3. So you can get a 5x5 in there easy. So 60 and 57, yeah. So we're 3 behind. So still not like drastically different, like 3 degrees behind. Yeah, you don't want that extra 3 degrees if you can, but like a perfectly most efficient running engine runs right at 100 degrees. So if you can regulate it at that temperature, this would be better because it can get you that temperature quicker. Just by 3 degrees right now, so not much, but just if you want that extra little bit of speed. So 66, 72, yeah. Yeah, so we're about 10 ahead now. Eh, we're almost. We're about 6 ahead right now. RPS is climbed to 20.19. Yeah, so we'll just watch this for a sec. We'll see which one gets to 100 and what they do after that. Let's look at this. So yeah, you can see the two temperatures it's averaging it between. And then you can see the fluid flows. So that's what all these numbers are. Okay, so we're at 84 and yeah, 76. Yeah, so we're 1 off of 10 ahead. So this one is currently 10 degrees over this one. But it only started climbing after it got past 50 degrees. So if it's below 50 degrees, these are exactly equivalent. So we're at 90 and 80, yeah, so right 10 ahead. So this one still works. People are still saying that it doesn't work at all, it's not efficient, and it just doesn't do anything. But it clearly does. It's on par, it's 10 above, 15 above. Eh, nope, we're 10 above. We're just 10 above this. It can still cool, and you can double these up. This is the biggest one you can get, the 5x5, so you're limited with that, so you do have to double them up. But like I run my engines at such low RPS, like 7 or 5 RPS for big boats, and then I just gear them. Because with boats, all you need is torque. You don't want RPS. So most of the time, my boats barely need cooling at all. So like this would be fine. So we're at 100, yeah. So we're 15 ahead right now. So this one's gonna start overheating and blow up pretty soon. Which is good. We wanted it to overheat so that we can do our testing correctly and get an accurate read. So yeah, this will do fine if you're running your boats at a reasonable RPS, you've geared it correctly. Like people who run their boats at like 40 RPS and try and get it as fast as you can, like I like my builds being as realistic as possible, like 12 knots. Like my newest fishing boat goes 20 knots, and that's way too fast. I'm slowing it down, so I'm going to down gear it. There we go. So we've overheated by that one. By the other one's just going to be 10 or 15 behind, so yeah. Looks like we're about 14 ahead right now. So it'll be on fire pretty soon. But, so this one is a little bit less efficient depending on what you're trying to do. If you want your engine as cool as possible, I would just go with a 5x5 radiator with a fan. But if you want to try and get it up to 100 degrees fast, I would use this. But it's not even that much faster. And it still cools. So it still does its job. And the Ocean works fine. You just can't be running unreasonable amounts of RPS and cylinders and all of that. So everything comes into play at the end of the day. So let's look at one last time at these temperatures. So yeah, 150, 130. So we're 20 above right now. So 20 above past 100. So that's not bad. Okay, well, I hope this was useful, and thanks for watching.